critique video for week one of CSF. I'm going to show you. So for this first week, it was actually pretty simple, pretty straightforward. It wasn't too difficult. Um, Obviously, the first assignment was easy. All I did was follow along with the podcast that they gave to us for the week. At first, for this assignment, it was actually very, very challenging for me. I couldn't figure out how to get the world plate, or the origin of the world, the grid, um, on the ground of the scene. It was flopping all over the place and just getting really unoriented with the whole world. It just looked really, really bad. That was the hardest part for this week. And then once I got that all situated, I got this plate figured out on the ground to give it some depth, just to be able to have that single portion of the world laid out. Let me get this out open real quick so you can see. So this is my layout. This is what the layout I got for it. Manually setting up each point was really helpful instead of using the auto. I found it a lot easier to be able to manage the points in the scene and just all the trackers that are in the scene. I went so far as to put like each individual building as their own separate geometry and color code it to each tracker that goes with those separate buildings. So there's this one, this building, and then the building next to it. I even did I laid out the little newsstand on the far left and the statue on the far right, and I color coded those as well. Just wanted to give it some, flow, like it all flowed together, same colors to the same geometry. The trackers, I just tracked out every individual thing on the ground, got all those situated, figured out where they go, each individual tracker for each individual area of the scene. I also had a difficulty with the camera at first. For some reason, when I laid it out, it was all lopsided. It was all like this, like at a diagonal range, and it was really difficult because it was like hovering right above the origin line of the scene. So I was trying to get it to go, and it just would not, for the life of it, just orient itself. Thankfully, I was able to get the whole plane flattened. Thankfully, with some help from the professors and some help with the Discord channel, that was a big help, tremendously. Excuse me. Getting everything laid out was actually not that challenging once I understood how to get all the trackers to work the way I wanted them to. And it was literally just rinse and repeat. I just repeated it what I did with the ground, to the buildings, to just everything. It was actually not that hard. At first, I kind of overthought it. I complicated it myself, and then after a while, once I got out of my own head, I guess is the way to put it, I was able to figure out to get it to work in such a way that you see in front of you. Like, I honestly think that this is what I wanted it to look like. This is exactly how I wanted it to be. This is exactly what I wanted it to be I feel like the quality of this is really, really, really well done. For my very first time using Synthize, I really feel like I'm not trying to toot my own horn. I did a pretty good job for my first time tracking something on my own accord. Thankfully, the videos really, really helped a lot, because without those podcasts, I'd be shot in the dark. Like, I wouldn't know what the heck I'm doing. But I honestly, for this first week, I feel very confident with my work. I'm honestly not really worried too much about next week's work now that I've tried it out for myself and now that I've done it on my own terms. So hopefully next week will go as smoothly as this week has. And hopefully I can remember to lay out the world properly as well, figuring that out and getting it all laid out and smoothly. So this is my first week's work, and I'll show you a quick shot of the whole thing. So hopefully this works. I'm hoping that this does a very good job for this week's work and assignment. I'm looking forward to next week.